as St. Joe's Prep look to continue their winning streak in the PCL. They return home for the first time this season at the Salvation Army Kroc Center. Their second game of PCL play, they will take on Bonner Prendie. The Hawks coming off a big win at Archbishop Wood this past Tuesday. Look to continue and get a winning streak here in the PCL as we move forward to their out-of-league game against Garnet Valley on Tuesday. Probably going to be one of those competitive games of the year. But for today's broadcast, I'm Ryan Sullivan, joined by Andrew Brosseau. Drew, first game since Roman football. How we doing?
I'm doing good. You know, I brought some magic to that Roman football game. I'm glad to be back on the mic. Definitely not as entertaining of a game here today. You know, that was quite the crazy game, overtime in Chester. But I'm excited to see what Prep Lacrosse can do today.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know if anything's going to be able to replicate that sort of game. As
Yeah.
that was a overtime, was it double, quadruple overtime? I
Yeah.
don't even remember, something like that. But the Hawks back here today, as I mentioned, first time at home this season. So we're going to see what they can bring at the Salvation Army Kroc Center as we get a very nice view here on a cloudy Friday afternoon. CJD walking in front of the camera. Had a great hype video against Archbishop Wood. Check that out on St. Joseph's Prep Lacrosse Instagram page. Also, WSJP was collaborated with that as well. We're getting ready to go here in just a few moments. The Hawks will do their pregame prayer as always. But, Drew, I mean, let's talk about it. The Hawks, a big win over Archbishop Wood. They got back on track after, having that tough loss to the Gilman School. I mean, what do we expect from the Preps today? It's obviously a game where they're heavily favored.
Yeah, I mean, that's not an easy game to go all the way to Maryland to play a very competitive school in lacrosse. And just getting to see that the team's confident again entering PCL play. That's always great. And this is another kind of like warm-up game here today. Just let the offense run the plays and, just keep the momentum going.
Yeah, the Hawks obviously big momentum against Archbishop Wood with a 17-1 victory, and now they look to continue that today. And as I mentioned, pregame prayer taking place. You can see that on the top left corner of your screen. And yeah, it's gonna be a great start here. We'll see the guys out there, and Bonner Prendie obviously, trying to get themselves back up in the ranks in the PCL. Had some tough losses. Had one to Holy Ghost Prep, who will actually be in the PCL next year. So we'll see. The Prep, unfortunately, they're not playing Holy Ghost Prep in lacrosse, but did play them in baseball yesterday, where they did get a big win against the Firebirds. And continuing, we will have baseball tomorrow at the Hill School. Myself, Sam Salamone, on the call for that one. That'll be at 12 p.m. Baseball versus Roman Catholic, 4 p.m. on Monday. Dom Schulk, Sam Salamone on for that one. Then on Tuesday, lacrosse versus Garnet Valley. Myself, Dom Campanero, on for that one. And then finally on Wednesday, baseball versus Father Judge at FDR Park. That is at 4 p.m. Myself, LJ McKnight, on the call. So lots going on here on WSJP. A lot to be excited about. And, yeah, a lot of stuff from our Instagram as well. Go follow us on at SJP Broadcasting. Drew, I know you as the director of photography for WSJP.
Yep.
We have some great photographers coming up. There could be the next Andrew Brosseau incoming. We don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
who
see.
knows?
We'll see. But
We're waiting to see who answers the call.
who answers the call indeed. But the Hawks getting ready to get onto the field. They are in their huddle right now. Coach Prinzhorn, always a very passionate pregame speech he delivers. Bit of a windy, chilly day here. We got the coats out today. It feels like yesterday was 75 degrees. Today it's just windy and chilly once again. But we're getting ready to get things started as the Hawks are taking the field at the current moment in time.
I thought there was only going to be one ref. I'm surprised there's three. That's
Yeah, I mean,
pretty amazing.
you do need a couple of refs for. It's weird because like in baseball you don't see a lot of umpires, but
Yeah.
there's only two.
Yeah.
But like I don't remember. There's like either 2 or 3 for basketball. I forget.
I remember like growing up playing little league and like school ball. There was only one. It was
Right.
the umpire behind the plate, but
Yeah, that was. Oh, those were the times, weren't they?
yeah.
But nonetheless, Dom Flynn, Chase Carl, 2 of the captains for St. Joe's Prep, going out to the middle of the field. Referees explaining the rules, and the coin toss as well.
You can't miss Chase Carl. He towers over
Yeah.
everybody.
Like when I see him in school, I'm like, that's Chase Carl. I know
Chase
him.
Carl.
And we do have a clock here today, so we did not have a clock at Archbishop Wood, but so the time will be on point today. Also, getting the start at face-off, Javi Gonzalez Cruz. No Mason Proctor today for the Hawks, so Javi will take over for his first ever varsity start. We talked about it today. He was like, Ryan, I'm first ever varsity start. How we feeling? I was like, I'm excited for you, dude. Let's get ready to roll here. So he's getting in there, and Javi's actually had a very solid start to the year. Give him credit where credit is due, winning 65% of his face-offs to start the season. Very respectable.
Yeah, that's a very good number there.
No doubt about it. And Bonner Prendie, as well as the Hawks, will take the field. So starting for the Prepsi, Chase Carl, Carter Benaz, Nick Dobkin, Matt Lamey,
Chris Bryan.
Chase Carl, Chris Bryan, Dom Flynn, Javi Gonzalez Cruz, as well as Mason Warwick. The hoodies are out today, and for good reason.
You also got Matt Lamey out there, too.
Yeah, Lamey, a very big start to the year. It's been great when it comes to all-ball defense. And give credit to Christian Witzke and Nick Dobkin as well for that, as Dobkin obviously getting time last year, but Witzke starting this season has contributed a lot to this team. Javi Gonzalez Cruz getting ready for the face-off. Lamey just out in front of us. We're getting ready to go here. Drop the ball. Get ready for the face-off. Just past our original start time of 4 p.m. Everybody getting on sides. Alrighty, here we go. Now we're finally starting. Javi Gonzalez Cruz to face off. And he will get the win. Carter Benaz picks it up for the Hawks. He's able to get it down the field, and he swings it over to Mason Warwick. Warwick this season has been able to be a great goal scorer for St. Joe's Prep. Has 6 goals this season as he swings it up top to Nick Labor. The Hawks, their typical offensive guys are out there. Actually, Jack Roth in there, not Charlie Crossid. Typically see Crossid out there as one of the offensive midfielders, but today you get Jack Roth. Hawks swinging around up top. Quigley, Roth, and Labor. Now to Dom Flynn on the left wing. Gets behind the net over to Chris Bryan. Bryan, 6 goals against Archbishop Wood. I guess that's a double hat trick, right? I don't really know what else to call it.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Hawks just swinging it around here. Obviously, no shot clock. I know we talk a lot about the shot clock now ever since the game against the Gilman School, where the Hawks had that 80-second shot clock. Nothing you typically see, but no shot clock in the PCL. As they try to set up a play, Quigley comes up top to set a pick for Roth as the Hawks are starting to move a little bit. Labor calls for the pass inside. Bryan behind the net. Gets to Quigley, who tries to put it in but cannot do so. He stepped into the crease. It'll be a turnover for St. Joe's Prep.
Wow, and the Bonner defense holds there. I mean, the Prepper was kind of just passing around the ball there, and they end up stepping in the crease. So let's see if Bonner can clear this ball, though. That's the aspect of lacrosse.
Dom Flynn and Mason Warwick coming in as Bonner. They are able to clear, but they got to get around Labor and Ashton Merck, one of the long stick defensive midfielders, but they are not able to do so as Merck able to get it away to Chris Bryan. Good stop by the Hawks. Bryan just a little stop and go there. As it gets down to Dom Flynn, the Hawks getting their offensive personnel back in the game. Bryan swings to Dom Flynn, and Flynn, one of the guys you can highlight as the Hawks, they do not have a senior as one of the offensive middies or attackmen, so Dom Flynn has kind of been that facilitator. With 8 assists this season, he leads the team. As he gets it back on the wing, and now up top to Roth. Crossfield pass to Luke Quigley. Quigley, another one of those guys that got some time last year, but now has stepped up into a bigger role in the team. Here's Warwick, able to get by his man. Forced back out, though, with the long stick. Jack Roth cutting to the net, and he scores.
Wow. What a beautiful goal there by Jack Roth. Cuts through the middle. Who found him there on that assist?
I believe it was Quigley.
Quigley finds him. Great little lacrosse play there. The Prep's on top.
And this is how we lacrosse, if you will. Is that a good one? I don't know. I don't know. That was terrible. Just take me off the air. Anyway, the Hawks early lead 1-0 over Bonner Prendie. Javi Gonzalez-Cruz back to face off. Highly contested. Lamy tries to come in. So does Tommy Duffy. Yeah, great job from Lamy to clear off the ball. You mentioned it, Drew, as Tommy Duffy scoops it up and gives it to Warwick, as the Hawks will once again get their offensive personnel back into this game. Warwick awaits the arrival of Quigley and Labor. Roth will also come up for Duffy as he takes a seat. Prep trying to jump out to an even bigger lead as they just got their first goal of the game inside the first 3 minutes of this contest. The Hawks, they play their own game. They like to move the ball around the perimeter. They're not going to let any team rush them, and you're seeing it here early. Back up top to Quigley. Now to Labor. And they're putting that on full display right here. Nobody really cutting to the net yet. You expect to see that in a few moments, as Jack Roth did a few moments ago. Quigley has to jump for the ball as he gets it back to Dom Flynn. Flynn looks like he's going to start moving. He uses the Quigley pick. Off-ball pick set from Labor. Hard pass to Chris Bryan, who's trying to get the ball back and keep it in bounds. It stays in bounds. Quigley scoops it up. Actually, I apologize. Labor scoops it up. Has a cutting Quigley. He gets it to him. He fires. And it's saved by Murray. Nice save with the... I think he got it off his leg. As Bonner, they are able to get it down the field. Here's TJ Ryan, the attackman. Nick Dobkin with the on-ball defense of Ezzy. Great stop, though, from the Friars.
Yeah, you saw Dom Flynn try to have that skip pass there. Couldn't quite get in the stick of Jack Roth, but the goalie made a great save there, Ryan.
No doubt about it. Murray back there starting today for the Friars. As he loses it, Dobkin with the stick checks. He cannot get it back, though. See Quigley playing a little bit of defense. As Tommy Duffy is awaiting to come back on the field. Bad pass, and this one will roll out of bounds. Turnover for Bonner.
Those are the mistakes you cannot have, Ryan.
No, not at all.
That's a free prep ball right there.
Definitely do not want to make them against a team like St. Joe's Prep. Quigley easily getting by, as he's just right here in front of us. Also, Micah Prudent saw him on for the first time today. As the Hawks, they will reset offensively, try to get their second goal of the game. Here's Warwick. Gets it to Labor. Now to Quigley.
Yeah, the prep kind of just moves around this ball, Ryan, until, it gets in the stick of Dom Flynn. He really is the facilitator of this offense. Yeah, kind of just looking through cuts through the middle and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely a very good comparison, Drew. Dom Flynn, as I've said, the facilitator of this offense. And 2 goals, 8 assists this season. Lopez to make some work, has to make an effort to save it, and he does. Hawks just kind of nonchalantly moving this ball around. As we're just about 5 minutes in. Pass behind the net to Bryan. The Hawks starting to pick up the pace. Warwick. Quick pass to Labor. Now to Roth. And it gets into the hands of Flynn. We'll see if they set up a play like you said, Drew. Pick set by Roth. Dom Flynn doesn't really use much of it. Long stick comes in. That being from O'Brien. The Hawks able to get it inside. What a goal.
Chris Bryan snipes the top corner there. Beautiful shot. That's a tight angle right there. And that's a beautiful goal by Chris Bryan.
Chris Bryan had his double hat trick game, 6 goals against Archbishop Wood just on Tuesday, and adds his first goal of the game here today with 6:42 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, you hear Princehorn over there just screaming, move the ball quicker, and I don't know if he's trying to play a passing game or something, or see who drops it first, but they're kind of just moving this ball around, Ryan.
Yeah, ball in the air, nobody saw it, but Micah Prudent found it and was able to get it back, so the Hawks take over. Javi Gonzalez-Cruz 3 for 3 today on the faceoffs, and you love to say it.
Yeah, and if you're winning your faceoffs in lacrosse, you're just going to dominate possession and dominate the scoreboard, and that's leading to the prep being successful today.
Hit it right on the head there, Drew, as Chris Bryan, who just scored that goal, gets it behind the net. He looks like he's going to try and pick up the pace here a little bit, but they get it into the hands of Dom Flynn. Now swings it out. Roth now to Quigley. Hawks picking up the pace once again. Flynn to Roth. Quigley up top again.
Just trying to move the pieces around.
Yeah, see if you can catch Bonner off track.
Yep.
Labor thought he was going to cut to the net, but he comes back out.
Eventually have that cut through the middle, catch him by surprise.
Everybody currently kind of on the outskirts as Labor. Looks like he's going to set a pick. Doesn't really set it. Bad pass from Mason Warwick. Bryan trying to scoop it up. There's a fight for it just behind the net. Recovered by Chris Bryan. Faked the pass. Now gets it out to Dom Flynn. Up top to Quigley again. Good recovery from the Hawks. Here's Warwick. Low pass, but Labor still gets it. Jack Roth now up top. Hawks look like they're going to try and reset on a play as Labor on the right wing has a cutting Jack Roth. Doesn't get it to him. Now he does. Roth puts it in.
Wow. Jack Roth on that cut again. That's his second goal of the day. The Prep just loves moving that ball around, getting the pieces out of their positions, and that's a beautiful passing goal there.
Indeed it is. Clock not stopping. I don't know if they just forget to stop the clock, but I guess we'll keep it moving here. Jack Roth, 2 goals today already.
Yeah.
Having a very solid start. Javi Gonzalez Cruz out for his 4th faceoff. And he gets a beautiful win as he is with a head full of steam. Has Dom Flynn on the wing and he gets it to him. Crossfield pass to Warwick. Thought about the shot. He didn't take it. Had a man in front of him. Bit of a lob pass to Dom Flynn as the Hawks. They will get their offensive personnel back into this contest. Just about 4 minutes remaining in the first quarters. The Hawks have a 3-0 lead. Hawks still picking up the pace again. Flynn, high pass to Chris Bryan, but he corrals it. Warwick now to Labor. Once again, just moving around the perimeter. No really any movement. But we've seen a multitude of times the Hawks, they cut to the net when they feel necessary. You see Quigley now starting to cut. Dom Flynn gets it back. Pick set by Roth. Quigley comes up for a pick. Dangerous pass to Bryan, but he possesses it. Has one-on-one. Flynn up top to Quigley again. The Hawks starting to move inside a bit. You see Labor and Roth just kind of moving around inside. Warwick gets a pick set by Labor. Nice pass inside to Chris Bryan, who puts it home.
Beautiful goal and cut there by Chris Bryan. I believe that is his second of the day. And Chris Bryan really just, continuing this PCL campaign he's been having. What is that, 8 points in 2 games?
Yes, that is 8 goals today. And, wow.
It's promising to see from a sophomore.
If I'm not mistaken, was that Dom Flynn on the assist? I don't necessarily remember. Dom Flynn, coming into this game, 1 point away from his 100th point as a St. Joe's Prep Hawk.
That's pretty impressive.
Face-off won by Javi. Tommy Duffy scoops it up. Brady Piffiff in the game as well. He came on as the long stick defensive midfielder for Lamy. But he will come out as the Hawks get Labor and Quigley back into this game. Here's Warwick. And also coming up for the Prep, Liam Pearson, as Bryan turns this one over. Murray recovers, but I was mentioning Liam Pearson. We talk about Bryan, the double hat trick against Wood. Liam Pearson had a hat trick of his own, which contributed to those 17 goals scored. As Bonner, they try to clear, but it's recovered by Mason Warwick. The Hawks with a transition opportunity, but Warwick, he will just keep it back. Bonner, they are 1 for 3 today when it comes to clearing the ball. The Hawks able to prevent it once again as the SEPTA train goes by. It's always another nice sight here at the Croc. Here's Flynn. Gets it out to Pearson, who's back in the game. Low pass to Labor. Swings it. Warwick, now to Bryan. The Hawks once again still trying to pick up the pace. Flynn, Pearson, Labor. Good on-ball defense from the Friars to start this possession for the Hawks. Just about a minute remaining left in this first quarter. Expect the Hawks to probably hold it, obviously with the no shot clock, as I've mentioned. to Labor. Thought he had a shot, didn't take it. Gets it to Pearson instead.
Prep really hasn't been pressured too much. They've been able to pass this ball around pretty effortlessly.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I didn't even really think of
They're
that.
not really pressing them to the outside. They're kind of just letting them pass it around.
30 seconds now remaining in this first quarter as the Hawks have a considerable 4-0 lead. Picks up by Quigley for Warwick. Inside to Bryan. Had to move back out as he received the pass. And he just hands it to Mason Warwick.
Hidden ball trick there.
Yeah, 15 seconds as you hear maybe you heard the yell from the sidelines as the Hawks are going to start picking up the pace a little bit. Here's Warwick. Gets it to Bryan. Quick shot and puts it top shelf.
I mean, Bryan just places these balls perfectly in the net. You know, he finds the top corner easily. Bryan with his 9th goal just in the PCL play.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive there from the sophomore.
No doubt about it. That will take us to the end of the second quarter as the Hawks lead 5-0 over Bonner Prendie. We'll take a short break on WSJP. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Back on WSJP, second quarter action of St. Joseph's Prep versus Bonner Prendie. Javi Gonzalez Cruz not get the face-off win, his first loss of the day. Oof. And nice hit, though, from Brody Piffiff and Javi Gonzalez as the ball had not been scooped, but Chase Carl doesn't scoop it there, but he does get it as he's coming down our side of the field. Fakes the pass to Duffy. He might take it himself. Never mind, he gets it over to Chris Bryan. We might see could we say Chase Carl long pole goal today?
Pole goal.
And he gets it to him. Oh, nice save from Murray. Chase Carl trying to get that goal. His first would be his first of the season, first point of the season. That being good checks from Tom Flynn and Tommy Duffy as Flynn runs right in front of us. Hawks get their defensive personnel back on the field to see Nick Dobkin running in. Another great thing from the Hawks this year, though, Drew, has really been the hustle. I think you're seeing it a lot here today.
Yeah, they're playing some tough defense, and when they lose the ball, they make sure they go get a body on it real quick. And, you know, Javi, you saw after that face-off loss, he went to go check him and get that ball back. Unfortunately, he couldn't get it back, but, you know, that's the hustle you love to see, Ron.
Ball lost by the Friars as Brody Piffiff recovers, and he swings it to the goalie, Matt Corrado, who is someone we have not talked about yet today. Corrado, you know, only a sophomore, 16 saves so far this season.
Yeah, he's looked really confident back there, even as he is an underclassman. You know, he's going to be a very good player here one day, and he's already starting to be a very good goalie.
Yeah, he backed up last year. He backed up Keegan Dunn, who's actually we mentioned, but we were talking about off the air, but, you know, starting as a freshman at Washington College. As Roth, he will come back in for Duffy. As the Hawks, I don't even think they're going to maybe wait for him as Bryan. He is going quick. Short pass, I apologize, to Warwick. Now to Labor. Back to Jack Roth as he gets back in. And the Hawks had a good defensive stand against the Friars last go around. They once again try to put the ball in the net. Here's Roth, gets to Quigley. Swings to Dom Flynn. Labor cutting to the net. Or he did momentarily. Now Roth seems like he's going to cut to the net. Off ball pick set from Warwick. Roth behind the net. Bryan. The Hawks trying to set up a play here as Flynn had an open shot momentarily. Did not take it. For at least from this angle, it did look like it. But here's Flynn again. Took it to the middle of the field. Gets it to Warwick, who gets to the middle of the field himself. Up top to Quigley.
Yeah, Flynn, what an unselfish player. Always looking for the pass. I think multiple times this game we've seen him give up the open shot and just keep swinging it around, sticking to the game plan of kind of just looking for the right plays this game.
Here's Roth. Gets to Dom Flynn. Nonchalant pass back to Roth again. Up top to Quigley. I mean, it really looked like a little sidearm there.
I wish I could just put the stick like that.
Yeah. Picks up from Labor. Warwick gets it to him as Labor cutting towards the net. He fires. It goes off the crossbar. Flynn gets the rebound.
It's the first time we've really seen the prep go low there. He tried to go in between the legs, but Chris Bryant's been going top shelf all day.
I've seen a lot of guys from the Hawks go top shelf as Bryan gets it to Quigley, who puts it in with the left.
And that inside cut has been the common theme here today, Ryan. Quigley getting that one, but Roth has had a few of those today himself, and prep is up 6-0.
Yes, they are. As I apologize. Is it 7? The scoreboard might say 7. Or no, it is 6. I'm not wrong, am I? Charlie Seno out there to face off though. Last game against Archbishop Wood, he went 3 for 3 on face offs. Knocks it behind, and he gets it to Ryan Weber, who scoops it up. Oof. That is 6. Never mind. I don't know why. I'm not gonna say the forbidden joke, but Ryan Weber, shout out lab partner.
What science is that?
Chemistry.
Nice.
Liam Pearson back in the game as well for the Hawks. Liam Pearson also in that chemistry class. We got a squad. He does lose it, though, as he gets it back into his stick. Flynn. Bit of a high pass to Bryan, who fakes it. Back to Flynn again. Up top to Pearson.
Kind of surprised the prep hasn't got, different heads on the field.
Yeah, you would maybe expect that later in the contest, but we'll see if things continue to go their way.
You do have to get these guys prepared. They do play a competitive schedule every year, the prep.
They do. Garnet Valley, always a hard team. Consistently, Nick Labor puts it off the turf and scores.
Beautiful, beautiful little bounce shot in between the goalie's legs. Labor gets his first of the day.
As
I think we take a timeout.
yes, I believe there is a. Yeah, you're right. I apologize. There is a timeout currently. And we'll take a short break on WSJP. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. After timeout, the Hawks look to continue the performance they've put forward so far. That is a 7-goal performance, that being, as the Hawks, about halfway through the second quarter, I apologize, send Charlie Seno back out to face off. As he knocks it behind, right back to Ryan Weber, just like clockwork. Weber, change of direction, gets it to Mason Warwick. James McCullum, the freshman, comes on for defense. Also see Dylan Osorio, as well as Cameron Gipe for the Hawks. So some new defensive guys, as Liam Pearson, too high of a pass to Dom Flynn. He's a bit frustrated about that, but Bonner, they will take over. Chris Bryan just putting his stick up, and he will chase down Murray. Pass intercepted by Dom Flynn. Beautiful. As the Hawks get the turnover.
Yeah, this Bonner clearance team has not been that great. Kind of leaving their goalie out to dry, making that type of pass up the field. Dom Flynn was able to intercept that one.
Yeah, beautiful from Dom Flynn. He's really played great today. Honestly, all the offensive guys, all the middies and attacking defense has also held their own as well when Bonner has had the ball on the Hawks side of the field. Here's Quigley, back up top Pearson. Far side to Labor. Bit of a bad pass to Warwick, but he recovers and he swings it back up top to Labor.
I think the possession totals have actually been 99-1 for the Prep.
That might be accurate. Labor once again recovers as the ball was knocked a bit loose. Here's Dom Flynn. Back up top Pearson again, and the Hawks, they still have their starting attackman as well as most of their offensive midfielders in Labor and Quigley. Liam Pearson on, though, who has honestly contributed a lot to this team over the past couple of games. And here's a pass inside to Labor, who puts it on the bottom shelf and scores.
Yeah, beautiful drive and kick from Dom Flynn, like he's on the basketball court there. Labor finds a second of the day. Prep continues to dominate.
Dom Flynn, that is officially, and if it wasn't already before, his 100th point as a Hawk on the lacrosse field. So that is just a testament to how great Dom Flynn has been. And
yeah,
I mean, ever since like freshman year, I think we all knew how special Dom Flynn was going to be. And just in his junior year, puts together his 100 point.
Yeah, and last year, his sophomore year, really finding his spot on that senior packed team.
Right.
You know, sadly losing to LaSalle, but seeing him kind of mold into a leader on this team has been something special to see.
Javi Gonzalez-Cruz, another face-off win for him. Low pass to Flynn. And Flynn a bit too low of a pass over to Mason Warwick across the field as Bonner will take over. As I mentioned, the Hawks again getting some new defensive guys in there. I see Brody Piffiff coming in as the long stick midfielder. Bonner, they will restart from their own net as they try to clear. Not been too successful in the past couple of attempts, but they get the ball down the field. The pass is too far out of all the intended men they try to get it to. Corrado recovers. Low pass to Dylan Osorio, but he still gets it. And he swings it to Dom Flynn. The Hawks, another turnover as Bryan gets it on the left wing, and he will swing back up top to Dom Flynn as the Hawks will get their offensive starters, and Flynn just rolls it over to Jack Roth. Roth back in there once again. Full offensive starting team today, or not today, back out there for the Hawks.
Swinging this ball around, literally.
Yeah, this is quick. The Hawks moving it fast. As we just have about 2 minutes remaining in this first half. We'll have a longer halftime break, but make sure you stay tuned for second half action of this game. We'll have it for you live here on WSJP. Labor, high pass to Warwick on the far side of the field. Being played tightly by Mia as the call goes against St. Joe's Prep. And it will go to the Friars. And we restart. Bonner trying to Once again, clear the ball. They're not successful in their last attempt, but they have a good chance here as Ryan gets it near midfield. Defended by Jack Roth. Has to get it away. He does. Ball being contested at the current moment. Taken away by the Hawks. Jack Roth has an open Chris Bryant. Doesn't get it to him as the Hawks, they will just hold back. About a minute remaining in this first half. The Hawks going to be waiting for the final shot. If Chris Bryant is able to corral it, he does. Being pressured, though. Fakes the pass. Good IQ play from him as he gets it to Dom Flynn as the Hawks reset out to Roth. Now to Luke Quigley. Far side of the field to Warwick. Once again, you anticipate the Hawks to hold the ball for the final 30 seconds. Here's Flynn. Gets it backdoor to Chris Bryant. Stick fakes. Doesn't shoot the shot. Looking for somebody to cut to the net. Doesn't have anybody at the current moment. Tried to find Quigley. 15 seconds left on the clock. Flynn to Labor. Didn't have the angle. Goes around the net. Bad pass to Bryan. The ball will stay with the Hawks. 5 seconds. The Hawks trying to move quickly here. Labor. Shot. Nice save from Murray. And that will do it. That will end the first half here at the Salvation Army Kroc Center as the Hawks have a 8-0 lead over the Friars. We will take a halftime break here on WSJP. Tune back in for the second half. Back at it here on WSJP for second half action of St. Joseph's Prep versus Bonner Prendie. The Hawks with an 8-0 lead over the Friars as Javi Gonzalez Cruz out there to face off, and he gets the win, and he delivers a low pass to the intended man, that being Owen Miners. As Bonner, they will take over. The Hawks with some fresh faces in the game. You see Owen Miners, Anthony O'Connor in there as well. Playing up, as it seems like, as one of the attacks or offensive middies, Jack Lloyd. As Bonner Prendie, they look to clear. Ball is loose. Lloyd knocks it away. Ball is still loose. Good job from Weber to let him recover. Lloyd, low pass too far out in front of Miners, but O'Connor gets it. Big to have it, but he loses it. Ball still up in the air. I don't think anybody notices where it is. Still loose. O'Connor recovers, and he puts it in.
Anthony O'Connor, the senior, getting his first goal of the season.
Hey,
love to see it.
Love to see it. Indeed.
Jinx.
Yeah, Jinx right there. Took the words right out of my mouth. But O'Connor, beautiful shot from him. Puts it top shelf. The Hawks now 9-0.
Got the little senior trio up there. Jack Lloyd, Anthony O'Connor, Owen Miners.
Love to see it. Maybe you got to get out there, Drew.
I think I could score.
I think you could in any game. Put you up against
Malvern.
Lawrenceville or Malvern. Javi Gonzalez Cruz might try and take it himself, and he does, but the shot's a little too high, and it will go to Bonner Prendie.
Hey, this goalie's made a few saves today.
Yeah,
Gotta
Murray.
give him his flowers.
Yeah, Murray's done a solid job back there. Obviously had a lot of shot on goals he's faced. Comes out of the net, has Miners running towards him. Ryan Weber tips it away. TJ Lisco cannot recover. Ball is now locked loose on the ground. Lisco scoops it, and the Hawks try to clear. Can't find anyone now. Gets it up to O'Connor, though, who jumps and scores.
Beautiful shot there by O'Connor. Kind of just takes the ball from there and shoots it up top.
O'Connor's second goal of the game as the Hawks now have hit double digits, 10-0. Javi Gonzalez Cruz, another face-off for him. Only one loss today for Javi. Not, I guess that's a knock on wood for St. Joe's Prep fans. The announcer's jinx is real.
Not when I'm on the mic.
That's true. Well, never mind. Javi won it, so no announcer's jinx there. Love to see a goal for Javi. Does have a point though this season. Has an assist. Gets it behind the net to O'Connor, who has 2 goals today. Back up top to Miners. Tommy Ely will come into the game as this ball was shot and was it pass actually? Yeah. I apologize, couldn't really see. I was looking at Tommy Ely.
And Tommy Ely was on the field for 2 seconds.
Oh, Tommy, he'll get back out there. Almost had a goal on Tuesday against Archbishop Wood. Pass upfield, Weber once again tips it. Ball is still knocked loose, and it will go out of bounds. It will go to St. Joe's Prep. Osorio, man forward with others, getting the ball for himself. Look at that. And he will start with it. Pass upfield to Liam Pearson. Cannot corral the ball. Nobody's running in for it, though. Does have some contest as the ball knocked towards the side of St. Joe's Prep. It's rolling to stay in bounds as Geip recovers. The Hawks trying to attempt to clear.
Ryan, this game has just felt like that Prep's playing with one extra guy. I mean, every time there's the loose ball, I think there's just multiple Prep guys to get it.
That's definitely fair. That's a fair point. Here's Miners, gets it up top to Ryan Weber. Swings it over to Lloyd. Has a man in his face. Does get by, though. Jack Lloyd through 2 men, puts it off the turf, but can't get it in. It will go out of bounds, but we'll stay with the Hawks. Tommy Ely, now he's back in the game, and we'll see if he stays in for longer than he did last go-around. Tommy Ely, the dual sport athlete at St. Joe's Prep, playing lacrosse once again this season after a year off or so. I believe 2 years off, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody don't fact check me on that one. But Ely, hockey player as well. The Hawks unfortunately could not get to where they wanted to be, which was the Flyers Cup. But Ely back on the lacrosse team as there's a shot from Miners. Can't put it in.
Murray with another save.
Got the save, and Miners a bit high there. No call. Geip forces the ball loose as McCullum, the freshman, recovers. McCollum getting some time from Coach Princehorn. Expect to maybe see him in the next couple of seasons.
Hasn't really been in his end yet, but Jonas Mersch in net for the Prep.
Oh yeah, I failed to mention that as well. Jonas Mersch getting in there as well.
Recent position change.
Yeah, recent position change indeed. I believe it was a defensive midi last year as he now gets back there in the net. Ryan Weber swings to Tommy Ely. Ely head full of steam. Gets the help defense though. Lloyd gonna set a pick. Tommy doesn't really use it. Doesn't have the angle as he gets it to Liam Pearson. Thought about the step down, didn't take it. Now going inside, stop and go from Pearson, being harassed as he takes it to the middle of the field. Once again, doesn't have a shot. Got hit in the head. No flag thrown. Pearson, now he rips one and it goes off the crossbars. O'Connor, he kind of
flinched there.
Yeah, he flinched. He bundled up. That was a quick shot.
He was right in the line of path of that ball.
Yeah, Tommy is the closest for the Hawks as he will recover and gets it out to Miners.
Ryan, if you were to have a stick, you going with like the neon stuff, or what are you doing?
Oh, I don't know. I think like can you put like different tape on your stick or whatever?
Yeah, so like the head of the stick can be any color really.
I would like you know, this is obviously the sport is similar but not the same. Cole Gargon has like this pink tape I really like. Here's Tommy Ely gonna try and get his first goal of the season behind the back. He was just trying anything there. Cole Gargon has this like really nice tape on his hockey stick that I like, and I would really like to have that.
That's a great take.
Primarily, I like it because it helped me recognize who it was when he was bringing it down the ice. As Weber, he loses the ball, trying to recover. It gets knocked down, but he still recovers. As he takes it behind the net. Had Pearson cutting to the net. Now has Miners as he puts it in.
Oh, Miners. First varsity goal ever, I'm pretty sure.
Wait,
Same with O'Connor, I'm pretty sure. But that was a beautiful cut. Beautiful. Way to go, 5-hole on the goalie there.
Yeah, very nice cut and a beautiful pass as well from Ryan Weber. Has his second assist on the season.
Slowly see these leaves coming back on the trees, Ryan.
And I love it because I hate the cold. But it feels like every day it's just like it's cold, it's warm, it's cold, it's warm. I mean, can we get
yesterday
one?
It was like 70 almost.
Yeah, exactly. It was hot out there. I brought the hoodie to baseball and I didn't even wear it.
Yeah, my shorts on yesterday.
Exactly. Seno wins the face-off, goes right back to Weber. They got a connection or something. I mean, every time.
That ball goes back every time.
Yeah. I mean, give him credit. We'll love to see it. Here's Ryan Weber, though. Waiting for Tommy Ely and Liam Pearson to get back on the field. Ely, maybe going to try it again. Got by one man. Pass too low to Weber. Ball still loose. Pearson fighting for it. It is recovered, though, by Signora for Bonner as Pearson. Actually, I apologize. Not Pearson. That was Miners who knocked it loose. Pearson's the one who recovered.
I don't think Bonner has been in Prep's half this half.
I believe you are correct on that one, as we have about 3:45 remaining in this third quarter. Here's Tommy Ely trying to get his first goal, and it just goes off the crossbar. Oh, it went in. He put it in. Let's go, Tommy Ely, first varsity goal of this season. That was quick. I thought it bounced off the crossbar, but it bounced right in.
Takes himself right off the field too. What a
team player.
Discipline.
That's team player stuff right there. And timeout on the field.
It's good to see the seniors get in there, get some goals.
Let's see it. Timeout on the field called. Yeah, we'll take a short break on WSJP. We'll be back in a few moments. After the quick timeout, the Hawks back at it, 12-0 lead over the Friars. Charlie Seno to face off once again.
Where do you think this face-off's going?
Well, let's see. I always want to give the edge to our guys.
Oh.
It will. You know what? I got your question after it happened. I thought you were asking who's going to win the face-off, but it went right back to Ryan Weber.
It's like the 4th time straight.
Yeah. Here's Jack Lloyd. Gets behind the net to O'Connor. A lot of first-time goal scorers today. O'Connor, Miners, and Tommy Ely, who just received the pass. Back to Liam Pearson. See if everybody can get a goal here who has not yet today. I think the guys on the field who have not scored are Pearson and Weber. Love to see them get a goal. Tommy Ely, though, maybe he's going to try and get a second as he takes it himself behind the net. And he steps in the crease. Tommy Ely did that against Archbishop Wood on Tuesday. Obviously still getting back to the feel of Lacrosse. Pass upfield. O'Connor puts a stick up as he knocks the ball loose. Recovered by TJ Lisco. As he'll take it in transition. Lisco runs into some defenders. Shot there. Knocked away before it could get to the net. The ball is still on the ground. Murray trying to recover. There's a sea of green and white as the ball has not been picked up yet. It looked like the Hawks kind of giving up on it as Murray scoops it up.
Jed Wisniewski, senior, on for the first time today.
Oh, yeah, Wisniewski as well, number 38. As Bonner, they are able to clear down the field, so we'll see what the Hawks defense can bring, but it'll be intercepted by Dylan Osorio. As he tried to get it to Jed, but he is able to recover. Over to Owen Miners. Jump shot saved by Murray. As Bonner once again will try to clear. They run into Wisniewski. Once again, Weber forcing a missed pass. Love to see it. Having a good showing in this third quarter. Just about a minute remaining. Pearson fakes the pass. It's at the guy behind the back. He couldn't get it off as it ran into a bunch of Friars. Ely knocks the ball loose. Recovered, though, by O'Brien as he can't get it down the field. The ball is actually still loose. It goes in front of the Hawks defense. Weber, though, comes in and recovers. Looking for somebody down the field. And he does get it there. The Hawks on the successful clear. Pass up top to Pearson. Now 30 seconds remaining. Pearson being double teamed. Spins left. Off the turf. Saved by Murray. Pass a little bit too high, but recovered by Ezzy. As Weber and Pearson on his back. What a stick check from Ryan Weber. He is putting together a third quarter for himself. Here's Pearson. It's the Miners back up top. Ely just puts one off the turf, missed, and that will do it to end the third quarter. Ely trying a bit of a trick shot there to end the quarter, but St. Joe's Prep with a 12-0 lead over Bonner Prendie as we go into the fourth quarter. Let's take a short break on WSJP. We'll be back in a few moments. Fourth quarter action on WSJP. Charlie Seno back to face off, and early start go in favor of Charlie Seno. Apologize, didn't start the clock there. That's on me. First mistake made by Ryan Sullivan today. Ryan Weber. Nice pass to Miners. Puts it a bit low as it goes behind the net. Hawks will retain possession, though. Jack Lloyd start things off for the Hawks. Tommy Ely back in as well. Gets around his first man. Stop and go. But just kicks it out to Owen Myers. Weber drops it, but he is able to recover. Tommy Ely, once again, trying to do it himself. Takes it behind the net. Didn't have the angle. Swings it to Lloyd, who will take it himself, but gets double teamed, fighting through it. He still had it in his stick, but it's loose and Murray recovers. Pass upfield, intercepted Ryan Weber, beautiful. That was like an NFL interception, just like jumped up, just take it out. It's nice.
Like New Eagles corner Tariq Woolen.
That is a fair comparison.
Owen Myers committed to Syracuse.
That is true. He'll be with you next year there.
Yeah. Not for lacrosse, but maybe. Maybe he can walk on.
Yeah, maybe. And they got a solid club team out there as well.
Yeah. One of the hubs of lacrosse, upstate New York.
Yeah.
So that one goes a little over Anthony
Yeah.
O'Connor's head.
That one over O'Connor. Turnover for the Hawks, but, Drew, you'll be at Syracuse next. Syracuse are having a very solid year.
Yeah.
So we're number one in the nation at one
Joey
point.
Spallina,
Yeah, he's
arguably the
he's
best
good.
lacrosse player on the planet right
I
now.
think he is, at least. That's just my opinion.
You know, talk about unselfish. I told you this. Dom Flynn reminds me of him. Always looking for the pass. Joey Spallina hates to shoot, but he's obviously great at it. So.
Yeah, good at all facets of the game. As Bonner Prendie, they successfully clear. As here we go, we have a long pole goal opportunity, but the Hawks sticks. Gipe, Piffeth, and Osorio. And running down to Dylan Osorio, head full of steam. I don't know if I want to get in his way.
Yeah, he's really good with his stick too. you
Yeah.
know.
Weber, lob pass to O'Connor. Try to get it behind the net to Lloyd, but it's too far behind him and over his head. Turnover. About 9 minutes remaining in this game. The Hawks have a solid commanding lead over Bonner, 12-0. Pass downfield to Ryan, but he drops it, and he is frustrated about it as he was not able to go ahead. Shot missed by the Hawks. It will stay. Actually, we'll go to Bonner. I apologize.
Almost had a pole goal there, Ron.
Yeah, long pole goal. Seen a few of them in my broadcasting career. Nick Cunningham was a big long pole goal.
He
long
could shoot.
pole goal guy. Yeah, playing at UMass right now. Weber, oh my goodness, I thought he had it in the stick there. Almost rolled into CJ. That would have been good. Actually, CJ, sure he could still get out there and maybe score a couple goals. I could have swore I heard the Water Dogs calling for him the other day. I thought they're called, right? That's the Water Dogs?
Yeah, Philadelphia Water Dogs. I don't know if they actually play in Philly though.
I don't know. Here's Miners. Good stick movement. Loses it. Lloyd recovers. He loses it. Oh, shot from Pagnoni. But he misses, and it will stay with the prep.
Nothing more satisfying than hitting that post, just like hockey,
Yeah. O'Connor starts things off for the Hawks. Good defense from the Friars. The Hawks, they've been trying to get inside, but the prep done a really nice job of fighting through it. Here's Lloyd. Change of direction. He's taking it himself. Puts it off the turf. Can't score. Here's Weber on the rebound. Looks like he's going to try and do it himself. Bit of penetration for him behind the net. He's actually looking for someone to pass it to. Nice pass inside and a goal. 13-0. St. Joe's Prep had the lead. 7 minutes remaining.
Yeah, Pagnoni there. Beautiful catch. One-handed catch with that. Ball was pretty up there, but
First ever varsity goal as a freshman here.
Weber with the great assist there.
That's his third of the year. He's been that guy behind the net. Joey Spallina.
Joey Spallina.
There you go. Face off again from Seno. And just like that, it's right back to
Shaq
Weber.
and Kobe with face off.
I like that. That's really good. Weber swings it. Here's a shot saved by Murray.
Jed Wisniewski took that one for a run. And Weber's been great at
Intercepted by Weber. Here's a shot again. Missed. It will stay with St. Joe's Prep, though.
Jed with 2 shots there, though. Long pull there.
Actually, I apologize. I believe that is Luke. That's Luke Ganley, actually, not Jed. It was actually Luke Ganley with the long pull trying to shoot it. Apologize to Luke and Jed.
Oh, I thought 38 was Jed.
I believe it was Luke Ganley. I think it is. I apologize to both of them. But he's making moves, though. Ely trying to recover. He scoops it up. Ely getting by his man. Has to beat another, but he makes the pass to Miners, who shoots. Saved by Murray. Clamps it.
I mean, Murray's held his own today.
Yeah.
I mean, in many ways.
He's faced a lot of shots. I know, 38 is Jed. I'm sorry. I thought it was, I don't know. I thought it was, see, they both got the red hair. So I thought it was Luke. I'm sorry. That's on me. I should have went with what I have on my roster. Well, Jed's still making plays, even with me getting his name wrong.
So good.
Here's Ryan Weber. It's the Jed. Shot saved by Murray. They're trying to get Jed a goal here. And the ball is loose. Miners too high to Lloyd. Turnover for the Prep. Under 5 minutes remaining in this game. And looks like all is going to, according to plan, the Hawks will walk away with this one. It'll be their second straight victory here. And 2-0 record in the PCL. Their next game, they go back to the out of league against Garnet Valley.
That should be a good one.
And then they take on Cardinal O'Hara next Wednesday. Back in the PCL. That Garnet Valley game, timeout called on the field, but that Garnet Valley game going to be looked at a lot upon the local media. And I'll talk a little bit about what's upcoming on WSJP in a few moments when we get back. Back on WSJP. Final few minutes here of St. Joseph's Prep versus Bonner Prendie. It's the Hawks. They do get the turnover. Jonas Mersch running it out of the net. Maybe get a Jonas Mersch goal. You never know. But it gets it up to TJ Lisco as the Hawks clear. Lisco getting by everyone. Gets the Miners. Takes a shot. Just goes right. And it will go to Bonner. But as I mentioned, the schedule coming up here on WSJP, we will have baseball tomorrow. Myself, Sam Salomon on the call at 12 p.m. at the Hill School. And then on Monday, baseball at Roman Catholic, 4 p.m. Dom Schultz, Sam Salomon on Tuesday, 7 p.m. versus Garnet Valley at Penn Park. Myself, Dom Campanero on. And then on Wednesday, it'll be St. Joseph's Prep Lacrosse back versus Father Judge. Not lacrosse. St. Joseph's Prep Baseball back versus Father Judge at FDR Park, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We will not be broadcasting the game against Cardinal O'Hara next Wednesday as the Hawks lacrosse team will take on the Lions. So make sure to stay tuned to St. Joseph's Prep Lacrosse on Instagram for updates for the final score of that game. Hawks get the turnover once again with just about 2 minutes 30 seconds remaining. Long pass upfield to Lisco, and he corrals it. Tries to get it to Miners. Ball knocked loose. Still on the ground, recovered by the Friars. Ball knocked loose again. Lisco trying to save it. He gets it to Miners. To pass to Lloyd, too far behind him, and it will go to Bonner. A lot of great upcoming games on WSJP. That game tomorrow as well versus the Hill School. Going to be a good one as well. The Hawks always consistently have a great out-of-league schedule. Another turnover, Ryan Weber.
Third interception of the day.
Gets it to Miners, who saves it for himself and puts it in.
Is that second of the day?
I believe so, yes. Love to see Owen Miners get his work in as under 90 seconds remaining in this game. Drew, first time back on the mic. I think we did a great job.
Yeah. You know, I watch a lot of lacrosse, but I'm not too familiar to commentating. It's not easy to pick up like football, you know.
Oh yeah, football.
I mean, that's even hard to pick up.
That is hard. That's a tough sport sometimes.
Especially prep. That's a lot going on.
Yeah, you got a lot going on. St. Joe's Prep football. Early start. Charlie sent another face-off win.
Perfect on the day.
Yeah, perfect on the day. 1 minute remaining. Ryan Weber, here he goes. Maybe going to try and get himself a goal. Here he goes. Ryan Weber inside, and he scores. Ryan Weber, first goal of the season. Love to see him get on the board as well. He's honestly I can make the argument MVP of the second half.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he went to go get himself one. He's been a great teammate, getting all of his teammates to dish. Jed back on the field.
Charlie sent out another one more face-off. With
They gave Jed a short stick.
Oh, did
so
they
he could
actually?
score.
Oh, that's actually cool. Here we go. Let's see if Jed can do it. Play of the game right here. Jed Wisniewski, 7 seconds. And it goes far right. Unfortunate for Jed. Maybe next go around we'll see him get that goal as the Prep get a big 15-0 win over Bonner. And the Hawks, they will be back on Tuesday to take on Garnet Valley at Penn Park, 7 p.m. Eastern Time face-off. And we'll have that coverage for you live here on WSJP. That'll do it here from the Salvation Army Kroc Center. The Hawks 15-0 win over Bonner Prendie. From myself, Ryan Sullivan, my color analyst, Andrew Brosseau. Drew, thanks for getting us out here as well to this game.
Beautiful weather.
Yeah, it was all right. And we say thank you, have a good night, and go Prep.